I did my PhD on the use of music and song in language learning in Switzerland about 15 years ago, 1989. And I spent 8 years doing it. I did lots of little tiny research projects with adolescents, lots of surveys and things like that. And these are some of the things that I found out that are in my PhD that might be in your library. I'm not sure if it is or not. But one of the things that was fascinating, and it talks about the extent of music and song, is that many philosophers and anthropologists hypothesize that actually song comes before language, okay? In the development of humanity, that humans, cave people, actually were using exaggerated contours, okay, that were song-like much before there were discrete sounds for language. So you can imagine a caveman going, "Ugg-ugg-ugg-ugg." Okay, I don't know what he was talking about, but other cave people started understanding what "ugg-ugg-ugg" meant, okay? And it took on meaning. Now that's the big picture, but the individual picture of an individual child, when they're born, most parents know that little children, infants, actually start singing before they speak. Okay, it's sing-songy like play with their vocal apparatus. Okay, and the baby goes go 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 go, and mom and dad learn how to do that, and they go 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 back, right? And they're wonderful. They're not content with just doing that. They usually go 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 ball, yeah, and they're starting to add in language, and gradually language and more discrete sounds occur. Okay, so in each individual and in humanity in general, song seems to have come first, okay, in development. All right, so what can that tell us about second language acquisition? That maybe it's easier for students to sing foreign languages first than it is to actually speak it. And that is the experience with a lot of students. A lot of students tell me, oh, I can sing wonderfully and I can memorize words beautifully, but it's really still hard to speak, okay? Songs have that ability, okay? It's wonderful. I was, my 8 years in Switzerland, the reason it took me 8 years for my doctorate was because I was also teaching skiing part-time to get me through college. And so I was skiing 6 weeks every winter in order to earn enough money to get through my doctorate. And I was in these ski camps with adolescents. And I would watch them and how they used music, and I would give them surveys and things like that. And in Switzerland, we found out in the 80s that the students averaged about 12 hours a week of contact with what we were calling English language music. Okay, it was music, songs that were in English. Then we went into the high schools to figure out, are they using this? No, no teachers were using much music at all, okay? And it seemed like such a waste that outside of the classroom they had 12 hours of contact time with this resource, and inside the class they weren't exploiting it, okay? And they could have. Some explanations now, okay, about why we have so much music and song. As you all know, it's in almost every restaurant, in every doctor's office, the dentist's office, in the grocery stores, everywhere nowadays. And one of the things that the doctors want you to do, the dentists and everything, they want you to relax, of course, and feel at ease. I hope you're relaxing and feeling at ease now. But the individual, the use of the Walkman especially, and iPods now and so forth, it's what we would call environmental engineering, okay, on the individual level, and self-regulation. Self-regulation is regulating your own psychology, your own environment, and through putting on headphones, an amazing thing happened. Back in the early 1980s, when Walkmans just became popular, when they were this big, okay, and I got on a train after a class that I'd taught and was going back to home in Switzerland, and it was the first time that I put on headphones. And I realized that it wasn't like my stereo. The sound wasn't coming from over there and over there. With headphones, the sound is coming from right there, right in the middle of your head. You're producing the sound. And I really expected the people in the train that I was riding on to get up and start dancing. It was my movie, okay? And that's the power of the self-regulation of these headphones and the music coming from you, Okay, it's really coming from inside of your brain. Okay, it's an amazing thing. And I think that's one of the explanations of why we like it. It's hard to control what's in our eyes. Okay, we can in our home, we can put up the pictures we want and things like that. But when we're traveling, yeah, you see what you see. Okay, but you can control your auditory environment with Walkmans and such. Okay, another explanation that we had was adolescent motherese. And what that talks about, this is hypothetical, but you have to think, you know what motherese is, all of you? Yeah? You know Japanese motherese? Motherese is the language of caretakers to small infants. And the idea is that only 200, 300, 400 years ago, we didn't have adolescence, really. People got married when they were 12 and 13, most of the time. They did. And we've got this extended time period now where people aren't getting married, okay, aren't having families at 12 and 13, except Gandhi apparently got married at 13. And it's, there's something missing there sometimes, we feel like. And caretakers naturally have very affectionate language to small children as they grow up. Okay, and they call them, "Oh, my little baby, how are you doing?" Okay, it's very affectionate motherese. But when Johnny gets to be 10 or 11 or 12, he starts looking like an adult, and he doesn't want the motherese. Okay, he's separating from mom a little bit. All right, but still, we need those affectionate messages. And some people are saying that pop songs, to a certain extent, fill that void. Okay, during adolescence of not being tightly connected in a family, not already reproducing at the age of 13 or 14, and anthropologically, that this is something that it needs adjustment. It's kind of artificial biologically.